the Truth, Money, and Freedom podcast.
Welcome to Truth, Money, and Freedom. Today is Monday, the 17th of August, 2020. Hey gang, I wanted to talk about silver for just a little bit here, just as a reminder. I'm looking at bullionvault.com, and I've linked this down below in the description section before. And it's at $27.46 right now. That's the spot paper price. That is the price that's set by the COMEX. And this is not a free market price. This is a manipulated price. But it is up $1 since Friday close. So we're up $1, on the next business day after Friday. But I want to point out something else real quick here, because I don't have a whole lot of time to watch YouTube videos, especially lately. But there's a lot of technical analysis saying this paper price is going to take a major correction. And I wanted to give you guys a heads up, in case you didn't hear that or you didn't know that. This is something that they're predicting could go down as low as $21.50 on the paper. And I just wanted to warn you guys in advance so you don't have a heart attack if something like that happens. However, I wanted to throw in an argument that may not happen, at least not to that level, because the fundamentals are at war with the technical analysis right now for silver. And not just for silver, for gold too. We could get into that in another video. So what do I mean by that? Well, technical analysis of charts is actually somewhat reliable. It's accurate. Mostly, I think the actual percentage, I'm not making this up, is 70% of the time technical analysis proves to be correct. However, silver does not respond to proper, accurate, upward movement for technical analysis. I can give examples of that too, but I'm not for the purposes of keeping the time down in this video. But the down action seems to be, pretty accurate. It's just the up action that we can't seem to, and that's because it's manipulated, by the way. Purely manipulated. Hardcore by everyone from the Treasury of the United States, which is under the Office of the President, the COMEX, the CME Group, CFTC, which is the regulatory body for Americans' bullion banks. They're all in on it. However, I need to go into fundamentals real quick here so you guys understand what I'm saying here about the war between technicals and fundamentals. So I'm taking you SD bullion right now, and once again, I'm not recommending you go there, although I do like them, and I'm a happy customer. So I just pick at one, before I do a video. That's all I do. But let's look at some silver prices here real quick. $32.56, as you can see, if you buy a quantity of 1 to 19 of these silver bars. So $32.56 is much higher than we're seeing here on the spot price, which is $27.47. So we're looking at four and a quarter, $4.25 more than spot for what we call the premium. But I'll also point out that's the only bar you can buy right now on the 1 ounce side. So let's go and take a look at a few other options for us, a few other products. Let's go to silver rounds, which is my favorite. And let's see what they have available right now. Okay, it says, add to cart is lit up on 5 of these. But let's go ahead and hover the mouse over them and see what they say. Okay, this product here, a 1 ounce silver rounds, our choice. Product available date is September 21st. Well, that's over a month from now. So they don't have it. They actually don't have it in inventory. This one here, which is the SD Bullion Freedom Round, this one is $31.39 for 1 through 19. Also, delivery September 21st, over a month from now. And that's not even delivery, that's the available date. Okay, let's go to second-hand or repurchased rounds. That's August 24th, that's about a week from now. So that's probably something that they have in stock right now, but they're going through it. They might be, using their time there to go ahead and verify the metals are real before they pay for them and then make them available to someone else. But that's something that looks like they may actually have in stock. So let's move to the next one. This is a standard Buffalo round, and this one here is $31.39. But look at that. Product availability date is September 16th. We're talking a month from now. So they don't have them in. They don't got them. Okay, and then the next and final one, which is the Aztec Calendar Silver Round, $32.89, and they do have them in stock. So $32.89, basically from $27.47. I mean, we're talking about a $5 increase over spot. In other words, a $5 premium. So what gives? What is it with technical analysis saying the price of silver will go down, but we can't even seem to get any right now? That is correct. This is an anomaly that's happening that's causing the divorce between the paper and the physical prices. So technical analysis is 100% manipulated, but that also affects the physical price. And as they continue to manipulate the paper price, when there is a shortage in physical, your premiums keep going up by percentages. So the main point I want to drive across here is that I don't want you guys to get upset if you do see a massive technical pullback in the paper price. If this, you see right now, is $27.49. Some people are charting all the way down to $21.50, that we're going to take a massive hit. But that doesn't stand to reason because there's not enough silver to go around right now. Why would silver actually go down when no one even has any product to even sell right now? That defies logic. That defies, demand and supply. Supply-demand economics don't work anymore. Well, that's correct. That's because of manipulations. But it's backfiring on them. It's like pulling that rubber band back too far before you snap it, and it breaks and snaps you in the face. That's the kind of thing we see coming here. The fact that the COMEX doesn't have enough silver to meet deliveries. And once again, I'm hearing October 1st, for delivery on silver. So I'm confused as to when delivery date is for silver, if it's September 1st or October 1st. But I do know that gold is on September 1st. So these are things to consider here going forward. But if there is a technical pullback, and this is the main message I have for you today, this 27.50 looks nice. It's up $1, literally $1 from Friday. Silver moving up $1 in a day, that's new to those of us who have been doing this for 30 years. These dollar moves, in fact, we even saw nearly a $3 move upward here a week ago or 2 weeks ago. And that's the kind of action that demands a pullback, technically. But what we did see happen was the premiums go up after the pullback. And there was a very short time period, maybe about an hour, between that pullback and the adjustment of the premiums available on places like SD Bullion. So what I'm telling you is if you see a sharp pullback and you see that the premiums are still only about $4 or $4.25, that is a very good time to accumulate. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you to buy silver. But if you wanted to buy silver, that would be a very smart time to do it. So that's my opinion on this. We at Truth, Money, and Freedom in Discord have noticed this. There's roughly about an hour time differential between these massive pullbacks and then the adjustment in the premium to account for that, the adjustment upward to basically counter the massive pullback in the paper. So if you guys watch this very closely, you'll see what I mean, and that's a good time to accumulate a little bit more silver. And by the way, dollar cost averaging is by far the best way to buy silver. Don't throw it all in at one time unless you have an enormous amount of money and you don't have a lot of time to watch this stuff, to get in at the best deals as you find them. Silver is getting a little more expensive than it used to be, but it's still a heck of a lot cheaper than gold. Let's cover this next story here real quick. Debt inflation spiral is driving up the demand for gold. Well, there's a lot of things driving up the demand for gold, and debt inflation is one of them. And this is something that we saw with Turkey. I don't have the story up for you right now, but I believe it was yesterday. Zero Hedge had a story that the people of Turkey are doing everything they can to get out of their fiat, which is called the lira, and to get into gold. Because gold is legal in their country, they can own it, they can hold it, and since they're out, they're printing so many lira right now, people are diving into gold as quickly as they can. This is good for gold as well. And as far as the gold price for the dollar, it doesn't help us over here, but it does help them dramatically over there. I want you guys to start paying attention to this stuff, because gold and silver, gold is making news in the mainstream and alternative because it hit 2,000. And even though that wasn't very well covered in the mainstream, in fact, it really wasn't covered at all in the mainstream. But silver, when it hits its all-time high of 50, will get a lot of coverage as well. And you want to be in before, basically that $50, price point is hit. But one more thing I want to remind you, and why I say that is because once it hits the news that silver's going up and it's $50, people can still afford that. So whatever is little is left in the market, whatever liquidity there is for physical, will dry up very, very quickly. There just isn't enough out there for the demand. But gold price is $1,983.90 right now. It is also up from Friday close. So the big stories are, to drive up prices, apparently, is that Warren Buffett took a position in its Barrick Gold, which is a mining company. It's a very small position relative to other positions that he does have through Berkshire Hathaway. But it is a canary in the coal mine, gang, when you start hearing about these billionaires going into mining stocks, because, and this is really important. In fact, I should have Chaos Craig on here for this part of the video. He knows a lot more about this stuff. But the mining stocks are extremely volatile. In fact, they might be the most volatile stocks that you could possibly own. But if you time it right, you can make a mint, literally, by owning mining shares when the time is right. And the time is right usually right before explosions in the physical price of gold and silver. So is there something going on? Well, I don't know. I don't know Warren Buffett, and I'm certainly not an insider like he is, but he is taking positions in mining companies now. And he has not been in them for quite some time. He had quite a big silver position previous to 2011, and then he rode up silver to $50. I don't know what his position was in silver mining companies at the time, and I'm not going to look into it, but I do remember it. The same was true of Bill Gates. Bill Gates and Warren Buffett are close friends in real life, and they make investments together at the same time, but they're both insiders. So, but at any rate, this is the story with gold and silver for right now, and I wanted to warn you about the possibility of a major technical pullback in the paper price. It will be temporary, but I wanted to warn you first off not to get scared out of your silver, if you own any, that is. And also, too, look for those pullbacks, and if you have time to sit in front of your computer when you hear that silver's dropping quite a bit, you can actually make a little bit, you can get a little bit more silver for your fiat, because about the 1 hour differential between the rise in the premium and the dropping of the paper. So I hope I explained that okay, because I know it sounds a little bit complicated. But I did want to cover that. And then one other thing, there's been some talk about, I think it's Kamala Harris being picked by Biden, to be a vice presidential running mate. And she is a very corrupt woman, but so Biden's a very corrupt man. And I've been asked for my opinion on this, and my opinion has not changed. And believe me, I have thought a lot about this, gang. I put a lot of thought into it. I mean, from multiple perspectives. And it's what we call critical thinking, and I do a lot of that, at least I try to. And I try to be as objective as possible. But what I was thinking about is it actually humanly possible for me to actually care less about what's going on in federal politics in the United States? And the answer, unfortunately, is no. I don't think it's possible for me to care any less about anything that's going on federal. So if you guys are looking for news on the federal elections and stuff like that, I don't think we'll be carrying it on Truth, Money, and Freedom. Maybe on our group podcast we may talk about it just a little bit, but it just isn't part of our focus. The fundamentals of what we do are trying to figure out what the undervalued assets are, and make sure that we figure out what they are, and then we basically share the information amongst ourselves, and we make investments based on those conversations, and then basically figuring out the truth of what's going on in the geopolitical events that will affect the price of assets. And so at any rate, that's kind of more what we're about in our group. And we have a really good group, a lot of very smart people. I've said before, and I'll say it again, these people are a lot smarter than me. I may be just a little more vocal than they are, is all. So I don't have any comments on Kamala Harris or Biden or even Trump at this matter, for this matter, because it just doesn't affect me. I mean, I understand that it affects everybody, but for what I am doing in my life, it really doesn't bother me anymore, because what's coming is coming, and really no one can stop it. And I'm talking about the financial collapse. It really doesn't matter who's in the wheelhouse when it happens. It really doesn't. Whether or not we have freedom or fascism, that's already been decided, and unfortunately, it's fascism. We're heading towards communism, and it really doesn't matter who's in charge at this point, gang. So this is why I focus on what I focus on, which is how to survive what's coming. Because for me, it's a foregone conclusion. There's nothing to do to stop it. Everything they could have done to stop it that would be beneficiary to the people has been skipped over. Every single aspect of this. We intended to do a podcast at one point in time about how you can fix certain things within the system so we don't have to have a financial collapse. There are very logical, common sense conclusions to a critical thinking process, but it's far too beneficial to the people, the little guy, the peons like you and me. And the powers that be don't want to do anything that benefit the peons. They really don't. They want you as a debt slave. So that's why I focus on the things I focus on, is try my very best to try and get out of debt slavery. So, okay, gang, that's all I have for now. I just wanted to update you guys. It's been a while since I put out a video, and hopefully we can get another group podcast going on soon. I understand that you guys really like those, and actually I love them. So when you get a lot more interaction going and a lot more points of view and perspectives. And then maybe the next time we do it, we can do a live one as well, but we got to schedule that. Okay, that's all for now, gang. You all have a wonderful day. May God bless you all.